Are you tired of being really, 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 really good about your food all day long until you get tired at night and you let all of your guard down and you feel exhausted, and then you feel emotional and you deserve that cupcake, and then you eat that cupcake and you feel horrendously guilty about it, and then you have 2 cupcakes because, well, you already fell off the wagon, so what's the point? And then you wake up the next day with crazy ambition and motivation to say, no, today I'm gonna eat no sugar whatsoever. I'm gonna be good. And then you wonder why that cycle maybe self-perpetuates over and over, why you feel stuck in this conversation around food. Well, I wanted to let you know that you're not crazy. I wanted to let you know how many millions of people struggle with emotional eating or binge eating without realizing that they're self-perpetuating a really stressful, really unhealthy relationship with food in their body. And it's not about the cupcakes. It's not about the extra chocolate. It's not about what's happening at night. It's about this morality that we put around food, saying this food is good, this food is bad. When I eat this food, I'm bad, or when I eat this, I'm good. I'm going to be really good today. Let's rewrite some of the dialogue in our minds, because here's the thing. I did that for too many years. I had my eating disorders. I killed myself, and literally from the inside out, hated everything about myself because I couldn't control. I could be really good, really meticulous, counting every calorie and macro my whole day, and then at night when I was tired or stressed or exhausted, the emotional eating would take over, and then I would be just furious with myself, and I would hate myself for giving in and being so weak and choosing bad choices. And that cycle, I was stuck in that for a long time, and as a result I always had 5-10 extra pounds on me. And it's not about the weight, but for me it was about feeling alive and feeling comfortable and confident in my skin. And I know how uncomfortable it is to be uncomfortable. And so I want to let you know that it's not about the cupcake. It's not the piece of candy that's going to make you fat. It's the mindset around that some food is good and some food is bad, and that you're not allowed to have certain things, or that you can't. Because the minute we go into a state of deprivation, we are setting ourselves up for crazy, either over emotional eating, binge, or a proper binge. And then that creates this cycle of guilt and punishment, and I'm going to be good, and it gets stronger and stronger. So, okay, here's the deal. How do you break free of that? Well, first off, I have a whole coaching session that I put together this week's episode of the Confidence Podcast. I want you to take a listen. Listen in at trishblackwell.com/264. It's episode 264, because you guys, the reality is that moralizing food isn't going to get you to be better about what you eat. Giving yourself permission to live life, to eat in balance, to pay attention to what foods feel good, which ones feel bad. It's this concept of intuitive eating, but I know firsthand that intuitive eating can be scary when you have experienced times when you're out of control around food. So it's like, oh, I'll just stop worrying about it and just eat intuitively. Well, I'm really convinced that eating intuitively is a process. So I have 3 revolutionary ways to start rethinking your relationship with food, and I share that on this week's podcast. So go check that out, trishblackwell.com/264. And here's what I want you to know. If I can overcome a really, really toxic relationship with food and my body, I know that you can too. And I want to encourage you, because I know how lonely it felt when I was stuck in a cycle of emotional eating or overeating, and doing really good and then being really bad, and feeling that guilt back and forth and beating myself up and not thinking I could ever find freedom from it. First off, there are so many other people out there walking the same walk as you, and there's so much shame around what that feels like when you think you're the only one. I want you to know you're not the only one, and you are not stuck. Your first step to getting unstuck is to go listen to this podcast episode 264. And then the second step, if there's anything I can help you with beyond that, I would love to help your mindset, help you rethink some of the way you've always thought about food. Because if you've been struggling with this and you've tried to break free, we just might need to change a couple little things, perspective shifts, lens shifts. I work with a lot of my clients on this to truly rewrite your relationship with food. All relationships need work, including this one. So this is not a lost cause. You're not going to emotionally eat forever. It's not something that should keep you stuck away from your ideal body weight. In fact, this is something we can fix, and it's a lot easier to do than you think it is. So I want to encourage you today to love your body, honor it, and if you feel like it, go eat that cupcake and do it without guilt. All right, I'll see you guys in the next 2 minutes with Trish, and I'll see you on the podcast episode.